about some
Link beats
bullshit.
Pac-Man for free.
All right, no, and you know that's not true.
It is true.
It's really not true, and
It
you're
is
just starting an argument just to start an argument, which
It's so true.
you know is actually incorrect. And I don't have time to explain to you why that's wrong because now we're about to go live, and I don't really have time. This is just absolute nonsense, and I'm not even gonna go into it. I will not even justify that with a response. So, welcome to the Best of 5 podcast. I'm Nerf. This is King Fuyoshi.
What's up, Doug?
And we're back here yet again to talk about the latest esports news. Lots to talk about today. Obviously, we can get right into it with the brackets. We got to save some time to talk about all the other crazy stuff that's happening. So,
All the
first,
juiciness.
what?
All the juiciness.
The juiciness.
Juicy.
Okay, well, you got to get the juice. We got too much juice.
No, you got too much sauce.
Too much sauce, not enough juice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, so speaking of, so JTS actually stands for just too much sauce. I don't know. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Probably.
So at JTS The Grind this past Friday, ZD wins it all.
Of course he does.
Yeah. So 2 big wins for ZD because he also wins on Xanadu the Tuesday bracket as well. But this is Dexter coming out on second. So every week we're talking about Dexter. Every week we're talking about ZD and Dexter, and they're always like kind of like flipping back and forth between who's winning, who's getting second.
Really, they're just playing rock, paper, scissors at this point.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like I feel like Xanadu is just like the ZD and Dexter show. Special appearances by Seagull Joe. And then third, so third, getting third, we have actually Enhanced PV, the Cloud? Is he Cloud? Enhanced PV. He's like a high schooler. He's like 17 years old.
I mean, the only other
Young
Cloud
prodigy.
we know is
J-Fid.
I was gonna say Zephyr.
Oh no, I've been talking about it. Xanadu. Zephyr goes to Xanadu a couple times, but yeah.
That's fair.
Enhanced PV, I believe, is a Cloud man. I mean, he's a bit of a Discord warrior, so he
Discord
got
warrior.
he's got a couple of weird takes. Everything. If you like, I don't know.
Like Firewater.
Yeah, but he's also Firewater is old, so it's like Firewater has no excuse. Enhanced PV is just a naive boy, a young naive lad. But he gets third, which is actually really good. So Cloud can actually do some work, I guess. Pink Fresh coming in with the fourth. We definitely saw some Pink Fresh. We were talking about him last week as well. The ZSS, very good stuff. And then we've got some interesting stuff. So tying for fifth, we've got Pork Eye, who I do not know who he plays, and Pork Eye, yeah, Pork Eye, Porkaye. Yep, I think that's how you pronounce it.
It is today.
Yep, don't know who he plays. Couldn't tell you. But Matador also gets the fifth place tie. So Matador coming out every time Matador goes to Xanadu on Fridays. It's always a good time. He always makes those people scared of the waft.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Xanadu's
Fear
not
the
as
waft.
competitive.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's because as our boy Matador would say, Wario sucks. Yeah, it's very Mars-like, right?
As he then chomps you off the ledge.
Exactly, and kills you at 30. Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, cool. But I mean, that's the thing. He likes that's a meme, right? It's like he knows that Wario's like busted.
Pretty good.
So that's about it.
Pretty good.
And then 7th place, coming fresh off that the big patch, Chrome Kingfisher, tying for 7th with J-Lim. And Chrome Kingfisher, can you guess who he plays?
I'm gonna go with the other king,
Which one?
K. Rool.
K. Rool? No, close though.
What other king is there?
The DK.
That's not a king.
He's the king of the jungle.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well,
He's king of the jungle, baby.
it's like the first line of the song.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh man.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. And he's finally back. And he kicked some tail. So DK. Okay, anyway. So yeah, Chrome Kingfisher. Actually, he's a really, really super nice guy. I love seeing him. He comes to the cave every once in a while.
Don't say that.
What?
I like DK players, but like you can't say they're a super nice guy.
He is a super nice guy.
Not for what they do to you on the screen.
Ah, no. I mean, he's at least apologetic afterwards.
That's fair.
No, he's a super cool guy.
When you get up cargo thrown into headbutt, you just feel bad.
Okay, well, Rags does that a lot, so
All DKs do that. It's optimal. but,
Yeah,
like,
all
feels
DKs
bad.
do it, but I mean, Chrome Kingfisher, he uses a lot of DK's kits, so it's not just like crazy whack kills like off the top. Like he loves like
That's not whack.
down B reverse into like up smash stuff like that. Like That's some good stuff.
Yeah, you
lots of back air stuff, lots of nair. Like he's got really good stuff, and especially with the like I said, with the patch coming out and fixing a lot of DK's minor issues, but not really fixing his major ones. It's definitely going to be unsurprising to see a DK like Chrome Kingfisher, who's been on the character for so long and has been a loyalist to the character, really coming out stronger. I think a lot of people were just not expecting what he was going to be packing this week. So, obviously, he tied with Jalem, and Jalem a little bit of a weaker finish for him this week on the JTS grind. So,
it happens.
But I mean, I guess on Tuesday as well. But on Tuesday we did see ZD winning again. So ZD winning both of the Xanadu brackets this week. So good for ZD, really showing the strength. Seagull Joe gets a second place placing on Tuesday. Dexter getting a third. So Dexter, getting second and third on the two Xanadus. I mean, obviously, like ZD and Dexter, like I said, very very back and forth step between them. But I
wonder how that ended up. Like, did ZD see Dexter and lose it? No, ZD didn't lose at all. So that
right, no, ZD won the straight 7-0.
Yeah, so that means Seagull knocked Dexter out then.
Yeah. And of course, because Seagull and Dexter had to fight it out in losers finals, so.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It does be like that quite often in Xanadu, honestly. Minix, a.k.a. Angelo, coming out with the 4th place win. Very good stuff. I mean, he's been putting in the grind this week. Obviously,
that Rob kind of nice.
I mean, the Rob kind of nice, but what about his other characters? He's got like 5 other ones. Like, I mean, at the cave alone, we saw him pull out characters I'd never seen before.
I think he just hits random, and then he's like, that's.
He doesn't even hit random. He just like circles the whole thing and be like, blind pick that one. Oh, it's Little Mac? All right, I'm going to win. And he does.
Dartboard. Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He beat Jeb with Little Mac, didn't he?
Beat Jeb with Little Mac. Stupid. But that's we're going to get into the cave in just a minute. But Dingus Joe and Jalem tying for 5th on Tuesday.
One Mike's game to watch.
We talked about that last week. It's okay. We don't need to go into that one again. And then 7th, tying for 7th, we got Jerry. I don't know.
Where's Tom?
Jerry. Oh, funny. That's an old school reference. I thought you were a little bit younger than that, but all right.
Nah, man, that's a classic. That's all.
It is a classic. I guess that's true. All right. But yeah, Jerry, I have no idea who this guy is. Don't know him. Never heard of him before in my life. Don't know who he plays. Couldn't tell you. We're going to just leave it at that. And Cold Weather, my boy Cold Weather. Cold Weather coming out with the 7th place pick with the pit, and I think he's got a bit of a Lucina as well. I saw him playing Lucina the last time I saw him at the cave. It's pretty good stuff. I mean, obviously I love Cold Weather. He's such a cool dude. Cold Weather is a real homie, so good for him to get the 7th placing there. I want to see a little bit more. Hopefully, I mean, obviously Pitt didn't get touched at all, so well.
That's true.
It's only going to be a matter.
I don't know why in my head I always get him and Excalibur mixed up. I don't know.
Okay, we're not gonna get it. Okay, yeah, it was like, well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. They're very different guys.
I know playstyle and characters, like, they don't even play the same. I don't know why. I think
right. I mean, Excel plays Inkling, like
yeah.
top tier, and then Cold Weather is like a mid tier character. Mid tier hero, I guess you could say.
I think they're about the same stature, is what it is.
Sure.
So when I see them, I'm like. But then also Cold Weather has his jersey on half the time, so that's what's up.
Right.
I want a jersey.
Well, you gotta get in quick with the Maryland boys. They got those on lock.
Nah, I'm not going to Maryland for that.
Probably a good idea. Yeah, I wouldn't either. So that was the Tuesday Xanadu. Good stuff to all those guys for making it out where they did. Meanwhile, at the cave on Thursday, Waddy wins. Well, and that's it. Let's just and I'm out of it.
Shocker.
It's like I'm gonna leave now. It's
also, shout out to Waddy though for making it
through losers though.
No, he made it all the way to winners finals with
the Puff. Right, but that's the thing. So apparently the first round 1 and 2 for him, he played Rob because he says that he plays Rob just naturally in games or in round 1 and 2 because usually he gets asked by the players to play his Rob, so he's just like I just do it by nature. By nature now. It's like I just do it just because I do it.
Whoa, I'm trying to bomb my seed then so that way I can play Waddy.
Yeah, so really he only beat like Remzi and someone else on Puff.
Waddy, stop ducking me.
Waddy out there?
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Me too. But Wadi had to fight back. I mean, obviously he went all the way to winners finals and then got knocked into losers finals by Rags on the DK of all things. So Rags DK making a surprise appearance again, like we said with Chrome Kingfisher, the DK buffs helping a little bit. But I did ask Rags after the bracket, and he said, just like what I was talking about the entire bracket. Like, I mean, all of his best tools got buffed a little bit, and then his worst tools just stayed the same. They're just dog.
I mean, I feel like Rags didn't even go for DK because of the buffs. I think he just went for somebody that he knows has a huge hitbox. Because with Greninja still has like relatively good hitboxes, but
and good kill power. He's got good kill power, but I mean, there's Greninja cannot kill Jigglypuff at 50 off the top, off a grab. So
exactly, and it's a lot harder because he wants to get those dash attacks and get those grabs.
Right.
Jigglypuff isn't on the ground.
That is true. That is true. But DK is a tall boy.
Yeah, DK is a huge hitbox, but he also throws out a huge
He's got a big hurt box, but throws out huge hitboxes. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the up tilts, the F tilts. The F tilt did get a buff, so F tilt was even stronger. Launch speed, launch distance.
I saw that. I don't know.
Yeah, more knockback.
I don't know who said that, but Link didn't get no buffs. But we'll talk about that.
Okay, we will talk about the patch. We'll talk about the patch. But getting third, Minix or Angelo, whatever you want to call him. Minix getting the third placement. Had a lot of characters that night. I saw the Little Mac. I saw the K Rool. I saw the Rob.
Yeah, he went. Okay, question. I don't remember. Did he take? I know Wadi went 1 or 2 games with Puff against Minix.
Yeah. That he did.
That was a question. Is it 1 or 2?
Oh, 1 or 2? It was like 2, I think.
I think so.
Because it was a best of 5.
Yeah, it was a best of 5.
It was a best of 5 when he fought him.
But that would have made me sweat. You can't drop anything else. You just got to play raw. But it's Wadi, so Wadi just like, okay, I'll just pull out my raw.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Wadi had not pulled out, like, he'd not played Puff in Ultimate ever.
Oh, yeah, that
until
was his
that day after the buff. And he was like,
Wadi
yeah, she feels pretty good. And I was like, okay, I believe it. I was like, yeah, I might keep practicing the Puff a little bit. And I was like, practicing? You? Okay. Could surprise me.
Oh yeah.
We probably won't see it though. He's probably just be like, whatever.
Practice.
Yeah, he doesn't practice.
He's not going to do that.
He doesn't need to. Why would you? It's like if you're winning, why do you need to practice? Like, all right, I just rest on my skills.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe he rested his brother in neutral like that.
He did rest his brother. So Jeb going the ZSS, right, his own main against the Puff, and F smashes. Didn't even parry the F smash. Wadi just jumps and rests.
Short hop rest.
In ZSS's hurt box, and it's just like, cause she extended with the F smash.
Yeah, I think, what was she at, like 60? 60 or like 80?
Doesn't matter. She was dead after 40. Like,
off the
rest
top, just done.
Kills anytime. And of course, like, we didn't even see him. Like, he didn't even know. He's like, I didn't even know like all of the new stuff that like Puff can do right now. Like, he doesn't even know like Daring to Rest. Didn't do it at all.
Oh yeah.
Daring to Rest, pound rest. Didn't do any of that. So
and
it's
then
like,
we were asking him why he didn't. What was it? When he was playing against Rags, he was using. He wasn't daring him to recover, and he was like, "Yeah, I should have. I was just afraid."
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like, especially, and that was probably a good choice because after the buff, like DK's up B off stage, the aerial up B, it does connect with you more. So it is a little bit tougher, but it's still very vulnerable on the top part. So yeah, I mean, obviously a Jigglypuff dare, you got enough drift.
Yeah, he was giving him a bit more respect than he deserved, but he's also never played the character before.
And that's what we're talking about, which is crazy. Speaking of things we never see,
let's get the shout out for big man.
Cordy, the man himself, the Lucario main, the Lucario solo main at that. Hidden boss in MDVA we were talking about, now extending his reign a little bit farther than the just reaching top 8s that he's been getting the past couple weeks, getting 4th place. Big stuff out to Cordy. I love seeing it, It's like Cordy's a really, 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 really like calculating player. Like, he's very Mewtwo King-esque, because of how much he like knows about the game and like really like studies the game and
I was about to say, has he ever showed you his Lucario hitboxes?
Yes.
So
He's got pictures of everything.
So he has the gifts, so he can show you at any given point the moving extension on the hitboxes of his character.
Yep.
At any given point.
He's got it on hand. He's like, oh, I'm gonna study. He's like pulls up. He's got like photos and photos and photos and gifs of like all this stuff, like photos of matchups, everything you could think of. Man, this guy like is a real like bookworm when it comes to ultimate stuff. So
going to McDonald's, Cordy. Look at my hitbox.
It's like, look. It's like, wow, that's cool,
Cordy,
man.
that's a good button.
That's a good button. He's like, it's actually not that good. You know, technically it doesn't beat these characters and this character and this character, and this character can actually beat it, but it beats all of these other ones. And I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't know this stuff. So let me take notes. I'm like, okay, cool.
And then he's like, don't ever let me nair on your shield. I think that's his like one campfire light under the face story is don't ever let me nair on your shield.
That's true. Scaring the kids at night, you know, it's like you got to be like spooking them a little bit. It's like, watch out.
Don't let me nair on your shield.
And they say that your shield was still getting pressured. Ooh. And then you can hear the screams of the people as they fly off into the atmosphere, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Cordy with the big fourth place placement, very good stuff. I definitely want to see where he goes in this next week. Obviously, he's going to be seeded higher next week because of his placement. So now this is his time to really shine and be like, all right, this is my true test. You know, it's like when you get that high seed, you're gonna have an easier bracket sometimes. So you're gonna make it a little bit farther.
What was it? We had it was more people than normal in the past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
we've had
83
about 50,
people. Yeah,
we had 80 people this time. So
right.
Still popping off.
Definitely a bigger bracket. Pretty stacked too. We did have a lot of people like Rimsey and Rags who hadn't been in the past couple of weeks. They came back. That was big. I mean, it's hard to say. We're going to be seeing a lot more. I'm hoping to see a lot more people as the semester winds down for college.
I'm hoping not to see any more Puff. I don't want to see Puff. I don't want to see.
That's the one thing you're probably going to keep seeing.
Wow, English. I played a Kirby in bracket.
It's that time again. Well, I mean, I want to see RK. I want to see RK come to the cave sometime. It's like I don't make it up to Xanadu enough, but I love seeing RK. RK is like definitely like another one of those like studying players.
I'm fine with him playing Kirby because he's been playing Kirby.
Yeah, true.
He was like,
these
Kirby's
guys are
bad.
Just picking up.
Kirby bought 5. Meh, don't matter to me. Guess who I'm going? Kirby. And now his Nair kills, so that's what's up. He's got that as an option. It kills at like 1 or 2
does kill, doesn't
ledge.
it? And it's so fast. It like
a little star power.
Yeah, they got like less end lag, so it's like you can combo out of it much easier, especially on platforms. Like I've seen some interesting, like, you know, not a huge combo, like a 30% combo, but it's like, you know, off a down throw. It's like okay.
Rude.
Kirby didn't really.
Kirby?
I guess Kirby did need it.
No.
Kirby has the faster inhale too. You know,
it's like,
they
also buffed the section on K Rool.
Oh yeah, with the cannonball.
Yeah,
they buffed that neutral B for K Rool like on all levels. Like it's faster, it knocks back faster, you suck in the cannonball faster, you launch it again faster.
Yeah, I've heard that move is now a lot more lucrative. And
it is, but it never. I mean, a lot more is like, yeah, sure, it was like 0% lucrative before. So it's like I don't know where it is now. It's just like it's better. Like it has to be. It couldn't get worse.
It's probably like a good 70% because outside of like Fox and stuff, no one's gonna reflect it. And then
that's true.
And then if they do, well, no.
I mean, you could parry it though. That's the big thing. So slow.
Yeah, but if he's close enough, because now that it comes out faster, if you parry it, he's still just gonna suck it back up.
That's true.
And then most people's immediate thought is
jump.
And then you
you're
shot in your face again.
That's true. Get that gat. Bow.
That is more than a gat. That's a thick gat.
That's a shotty. That's a big slug.
Yeah, there you go.
That's that slug you snipe them with from like all the way across the map.
From downtown.
And gonna get clowned
by
the K Rool. Anyway. Okay. So that's the cave. Pretty much the top 4 is the big one to talk about. Like I said, it was a bigger bracket though. So if you want to see more, there's always there's more stuff out there. You can always check the bracket. There's a lot of good stuff.
We got some stuff.
All right. Other than that, so moving beyond bracket, one thing I really want to talk about is League Worlds. Finished up this morning.
I was about to say.
League Worlds was the final round was this morning. at a crisp 6 a.m. Of course, they had like 5 different musical numbers that they had to do because they love really extending the amount of time. It was like 1.7 million viewers on Twitch, and then there was like a whole bunch more on one of the Chinese streaming websites, like China, of course, because China was represented in the final round by Fun Plus Phoenix.
1.7 million.
1.7 million on Twitch alone.
I mean,
on Twitch alone.
I mean, that's global, right?
But remember, they also had YouTube streaming. They have like other international streams.
Yeah.
Europe was watching a lot. China was watching a lot because they were the two in the final round.
I was just thinking, like, is that all U.S.? Because if that's all U.S. for us, that was 6 a.m.
Right.
For Cali,
People definitely. Well, yeah, it's like 3 a.m. For Cali, it's 3 a.m.
I thought it was 2. Are they 4 hours?
3.
3. Okay.
3 is the difference.
Yeah, but anywhere farther than us is even worse. Because they were like, you know what? I'm just not going to sleep tonight. That's fine.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's true. And it was interesting because, first of all, they had a couple of production hiccups.
Ooh.
Apparently the stream cut out there, and like I always love it because I follow Travis Gafford, and Travis is like one of my favorite interviewers and everything. He's been in the scene for years, for so long, and Travis really, I don't know, he's been letting himself meme a lot lately, and I love it. I love seeing Travis unhinged, because he's making a joke. It was just like, oh, like riots, basically like, oh, we had some production, we're not getting enough stream viewers, we tripped over the Ethernet cable, oh no, what are we gonna do? And he's just like, yeah, they're really kind of pumping up those viewership numbers. And I was like, that's so funny. I love Travis. He's such a goof. But yeah, they had a couple of stream errors, and that was
during matches,
fun. Well, I think it was during a match. I mean, obviously I didn't watch. How was I supposed to wake up at that time? So they didn't watch it, but I will say this, in terms of how it actually went down, this is something that you will relate to, and this should explain it pretty thoroughly.
Okay.
Someone photoshopped the logos of the two teams in finals over the screen cap in Dragon Ball Z of Hercule kicking Cell in the face.
Oh, sounds like the underdog bodied.
No.
Oh.
This is when Cell stands completely still and gets kicked in the face and like looks at Hercule.
Oh.
G2 was Hercule. They got swiftly 3-0'd. It was a slaughter. What can you say? I mean, good on G2 for getting it past that. I mean, the great story for G2 was getting to the final round. That was the big thing. They beat what used to be the best team in the world, SKT, and they got to the final round. And that's where the story ended.
That is not enough anymore. You can't get all that way.
It is not.
Let's get clapped.
It is not. And remember, they have a whole lot of time. Like, remember, it's been like a week, right? It's like they have a week to sit around and plan their strategies, watch VODs, get coached. And G2 kind of came in and were like, okay, we're ready to do this final round at Worlds. And then all of that production, all of that the great musical numbers, the stage setting, the huge ambiance of the venue and everything, it just gets overshadowed by how quickly it was over. I mean, no shade to E2, no shade to G2. Like that, I mean, like I said, they got to the final round. That's a huge win for them. But they didn't get the real one.
Yeah, I was about to say, they got clapped.
Yeah, a little bit. So Fun Plus Phoenix really coming out and just punching. Like just like like imagine like the Bayonetta F smash. Like right in your face.
So
that's what it felt like.
I had an analogy, but I forgot. I lost it.
Cool.
It's gone.
Okay. Yeah, it was really interesting. So that's League of Worlds. Good stuff for the Fun Plus Phoenix for really coming out and making China. Obviously, like I think in the past like 8 Worlds, it's always been like Korea, China, China.
Okay, now I remember what
China.
I was gonna say. I don't know if they do it in League, but Chinese League is best league.
Well, I mean, China is a good, a good region. China and Korea usually, like I said, go back and forth. They go back and forth between who's the best region. Europe, had a great showing up to this point, which is, a big thing for them.
They attended. They were there.
Yeah, and it's not just Fnatic, right? So that used to be Fnatic was like the golden boys of Europe, and they were like, oh, Fnatic. Fnatic was in the very first Worlds, and now they have at least a more varied representation, I guess I could say. Okay. More varied representation. So it's not just one team that's kind of like showing off in Europe. They have a lot more to look to. So that's really good, and I'm interested to see where G2 goes from here because they did do very well at Worlds otherwise. So it's like I really want to see.
It's just that one clapping incident.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like sometimes it does.
It just be like that sometimes.
It's like winner takes all. That's really what it is.
And
winner takes all.
All of the rounds.
Yeah, and it's
all
just
of
like
the money.
Yeah, well, no, I mean G2 still gets a payout.
Yeah.
They just don't win the whole pot.
Yeah, they didn't win what they wanted.
Right. Yeah. I mean, everybody wants to be world champions. Everyone wants those like special skins, because Riot makes your winning team skins, which is actually really cool. SKT's got like 4 different sets of skins. I'm not joking.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm serious. Like they, based on what characters that you mained or what characters like the players played most often in the world sets, they just take those characters, or they also ask the players like, who would you like your skin to be?
Yeah, I was about to say, what if you just played him because he's competitive, but you don't care for him? Like,
right. Then they could be like, they'll ask and be like, hey, like who would you like, and they also they also ask for feedback like, how do you want it to look? Like they've started learning to like be more proactive about asking the players themselves about how they want it to look, because they've had incidents in the past where like for an SKT skin, for example, a lot of people didn't like it, and SKT themselves were kind of like, it's not really the best, and they were like, okay, cool, so we'll go back and we'll fix a little bit, they'll tweak some stuff, and then they come back and they're like, okay, cool, we asked the players and they said they wanted this and this and this. Okay. So it's actually really cool, and I respect Riot for doing that a lot, because it's like that's it gives you that personalization, and it makes the win feel that much cooler.
Exactly.
So it's like not just the win, but it's like you're immortalized in the game itself. Big thing.
That's fair.
So anyway, that's League.
What else we got?
Other than that, we have a lot of sponsorship stuff to talk about today. So the first thing I guess we can talk about, since it's not super, we don't have to go too in depth into this one. Panda Global did end up losing 3 players. I'm not gonna say dropped, because I think they left on their own terms.
Okay.
But they lost Zane, the melee player, who's super good, very good Marth. Cosmos, our Inkling from, well, I'm not gonna say from Japan, but he's like he was like in Japan for so long, doing that grind session in Japan.
Why'd they leave?
I don't know, personal reasons. I mean, I couldn't tell you, because like literally they're not more forthcoming about this kind of stuff. They kind of, it's like a roster change is not always like
a hush hush.
It's not always hush hush, but it's just like, if you don't feel the need to make a statement about it, you don't. So it's like whatever.
Understood.
And then Kelleher, and Kelleher is a StarCraft 2 player. So those are the 3 players that Panda Global lost. Panda Global still has a lot of really good players in Smash, like ESAM, for example. So
do these players continue to keep playing? Do they plan to continue to keep playing?
Oh, yeah. Cosmos is not going anywhere for sure. Zane is too good in Melee to keep playing.
Dying.
No, it's not. Hungry Box is still doing his thing. Mango.
Oh, no, they just buffed him.
All right. Well, they buffed him in Ultimate.
Yeah. HBox might be might be enticed now. Not
enticed. Was it intimidating? Yeah. I don't know. He's still on Puff. It's like, but I mean, yeah. He definitely was thinking about picking up a different character. And he's like, oh, if Puff doesn't get buffed in this patch, maybe you'll see who my next character is going to be. And then they buff Puff. He's like, oh, never mind. Never mind. We're good. Okay, we're good. I'm sticking with the Puff.
Have you seen his YouTube thing that he started?
Yeah, he's doing some crazy stuff. But that's because Jigglypuff is a little busted right now.
Oh, not Jigglypuff. The other thing he started. He wants to get
the Hot Wands.
Hot Wands.
Dude, I love that. I want to be on Hot Wands.
Bro.
Like that man needs to ask me to be on Hot Wands. I would eat some freaking wings.
I did not know Samsora can't speak the English language.
You didn't know that? You need to follow Samsora's Twitter, because Samsora is like always like that. Like literally, remember that one where he's like, he pulls out like a frying pan. He's like, hey, everybody, look, I'm Peach. Ugh. This is like, it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, Samsora is like one of my favorite personalities. Just he's so like cheesy. He's such a cheese ball, and I'm just like, he's just so he's got such a personality.
And you know who he said was free for him?
No.
Esam.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say.
He was like, I body this man.
He also says Nairo is free, but I mean, he and Nairo have like a back and forth.
He said Nairo can't beat Peach with his main.
The reverse mains.
Yeah, he was like, the moment he picks someone random, he beats me with that. But when he tries his main, he can't do it.
Yeah, so he says when Nairo's on Palutena, it's free for him. But of course, Nairo's like, yeah, but I play Peach against his Palutena and I just dump on him. It's like, yeah. So I love the trash talk back and forth between Nairo and Samsora. That's a little bit more lighthearted. The trash talk between Samsora and Esam is getting a little bit less lighthearted and more salty.
Esam has to be salty. He's lost like 750 bones.
He has lost a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. That's
what is it? He lost 250.
It's
right?
like a casino, man.
He lost 250, and then he was like, double or
nothing, 500, and then it's just like a 500 money match, first to 10, right? It was a first to 10.
This man lost 10-2. 10-2.
I thought it was 10-1, but yeah.
10 to it might have been 10-1.
I thought it was 10-1.
I think it was 10-2. I think he said it was 10-2. Anyway,
I think
that's
said
10
it was 10
to a significantly amount or a larger amount less.
Yeah.
How? Yeah. What in your mind was like, hey, bro, if I put 500 bones on the line, I can pull it out? No, you can't.
No, you can't, man. Oh, that's rough.
I love Pikachu. I like your Pikachu.
No,
Stop losing your money.
No, he seems nice. Just
figure something.
The house always wins, Esam. and this is Peach's house, baby. Like you in the wrong castle, man.
You went to the Mushroom Kingdom and you was like, "Hey, Peach, run it," and Peach was like,
"Yeah." Peach didn't even need to call Mario for that one. Peach like, all right. I'm a queen. I'm the princess for a reason.
Exactly.
You get out of here.
I just can't handle side B.
I mean, you can't handle the side B. You get countered by anyone.
Bowser.
Oh, the Bowser, right?
Yeah, that's why we have Mario.
No,
she can't handle the side B. He just yeet.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Doesn't let go.
Well, he does let go after he like flattens you.
Just talking about in the
He lets go because he's got to because you're launching so fast. He's like, oh, well, you're gone. Okay, see you.
You got
We'll be seeing you, as Hazmat would say. Anyway, I love that Jeb. I love that Jeb says that. Like Jeb is always like, "We'll be seeing you." Like it's just like you're not Hazmat. Get out of here.
Or his other catchphrase, "Hello."
Oh yeah, I love the hello or what the heck. That's always so good. Like Jeb's so animated. Jeb's such an animated player. It's always fun. Anyway, so that was Panda Global. Obviously, we have some roster changes. I'm sure those free agents now will be picked up. It's only a matter of time. But speaking of free agents, this one's a little bit less voluntary.
I'm a free agent, by the way.
Oh, I'm a free agent too, actually. I'm a content creator. There you go. Commentator and content creator. Yeah, that's
streamer, all that. We
that's
can
true. Yeah.
Holla at your boys.
Okay, wait. Who would you want to be sponsored by?
Money.
Okay.
I don't have a preference.
Give me an organization. Give me an org.
I don't know, dog. Like I don't even know esports teams like that. So like,
come on. Okay, you got Panda Global.
Okay.
Give
me the group and give me 2 people that play there.
Okay. Well, now you put me on the spot. I can't.
Give me at least one. That will determine whether I want to play with them or not. I'm not trying to play against MKLeo. Although, no, I probably would.
Now you're not going to be able to because of what we're going to talk about because he's a free agent now.
Well.
So anyway, okay, that's fine. So I mean, I don't know.
See, you like my segue?
I like the segue. I like the segue. I like the segue.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do that on purpose.
You did not do that on purpose. It was not intentional, but we'll take it anyway. We take those. So Echo Fox has been dissolved completely. Echo Fox originally lost their LCS slot.
Oh yeah,
and that was,
they had that whole big.
They had everything. They had like 5 different pieces of drama happen within the span of like 6 months or less.
So they just straight up.
They're gone. Done.
So
Dunzo.
So MKLeo.
Sonic Fox.
Sonic?
The Sonic Fox, the best FGC player in the world, and the best Smash Ultimate player in the world are now free agents.
Bro.
Because their organization has dissolved, lost its LCS slot. That's what set this all in motion.
Bro, I want to see Sonic Fox's inbox right now. People are probably just like throwing money at him. Please play.
That man's
for
gonna
us.
be that's gonna be the highest paid FGC guy
He has to be
in history.
And people are probably just dumping money on the MK Leo. Although
maybe not so much.
Why?
Not as much money as Sonic.
No, FGC's
got a little bit more money than Smash Ultimate. A little bit.
Maybe.
Because that's the thing. Echo Fox was putting in about $500,000 to pay staff and players.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right, $500,000, and that's
over a year.
Yeah, I would say yearly,
yeah, that's
and
fine.
that's not a lot of money that they have. Right, they didn't have that money. Right, they were giving that money without having anything to their name. Right, which is the major issue. So the slot ended up for LCS. The slot ended up being sold to Evil Geniuses for about $30 million, which is way less than what it was worth, way less than what the investors wanted. And it was just way lower value than what it was like, what was expected, right? It's like it went to an auction and it sold for $30 million is pennies for an organization like that with huge investors like that.
So Echo Fox is now owned by Evil Geniuses.
Well, the slot is owned by Evil Geniuses. The Echo Fox is no longer a thing at all. But remember, so how franchising works in League is literally like they have a set amount of slots. I think it's like 8 or 10 teams that they have in League of Legends, and based on how much money you have, you pay for that. Like you pay for that slot. So it's like, you know, the highest bidder gets those slots.
So EG bought out
the slot. So now they have a slot, right? It's not Echo Fox's slot. It's their slot now.
Okay.
Right. So
for
Echo Fox
for
is
League.
Yeah. Right, for League.
Okay.
For League.
Okay, I got
so
you.
Evil
I got you.
Geniuses is
I'm
now part of the LCS because they just picked up that slot.
It was like, thank you.
They were like, cool, we needed the slot. Echo Fox is selling it. We got it for cheap.
So they got the slot itself for $30 million.
Yep, which is cheap.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cheap.
Sure, that's cheap.
Yeah, for sure. And so that was a really good investment for their investors. But Echo Fox now they had what I read was 4 material breaches, one of which was not having $5 million in liquidity, which is not a whole lot, right? They didn't even have $5 million like in like market value.
Yeah,
like they didn't have like in assets, right? Exactly. Yeah. So they didn't have $5 million, and that's like the bare minimum you have to have in order to keep an LCS slot. So based on the investigation that Riot conducted, they found out that Echo Fox was just missing a lot of these requirements that was necessary to hold the slot. So they put it up for auction. They sold it.
Okay.
But you know,
unfortunate, but.
Of course, notable players Sonic Fox and MK Leo are now free agents, going to try to get picked up. But the partners that were invested and involved with Echo Fox still want to be involved with esports, right? They still, although they say that this was like an unsuccessful venture for them, they still want to ally themselves with a team that is not a dumpster fire. That is what I will say.
Holla at your boy.
Are you worth $5 million?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not either.
No, I said absolutely.
Oh, you said absolutely?
Know your worth, young king.
Okay.
No, I mean, anybody, if you put the time and effort into it, if you're willing
absolutely.
To do it. I mean, if someone's gonna just pay me to just do games, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, remember that's like a full-time job now, right? It's like you got to be coached.
I would definitely drop out of school, dog.
You would drop out of school for that.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, but but that's the thing is like you got to prove yourself to, and then you have to drop out of school before you even get signed. Because
bro, I would go to my teacher on I have class Monday. I would email that man on Sunday and go to his class on Monday to throw paperwork at him.
What kind of paperwork would you throw?
I mean, whatever homework he gives me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like that kind of paperwork. I was like, are you throwing your contract? Be like, look at this. Eat it, profess.
The disrespect.
Eat it, prof.
Listen here, Holmes. I'm gonna need you to give me an A. Be like, why? You're not doing the homework. Look at this.
I make millions of dollars playing video games.
Look at this.
Eat
Look at this. And it's
Eat that.
it's a film appreciation class, so he would look at me and be like, "If you don't get this trash off my desk."
Exactly. He's like, I don't appreciate this film.
If it was like a computer science class, they'd probably be like, "Huh."
Maybe.
They'd be like, "Let me look at the code."
What is that accent?
You know, I don't know. I don't really think it was an accent.
Let me look at that code. Oh, you Russian?
I think it was just obnoxious. That was
Cool.
that was my obnoxious sounding voice.
Oh, okay.
More than an accent.
I feel you. I feel you. So I guess the question after all of this Echo Fox stuff is like, who do you think is gonna get these players?
Well, so the ultimate people, like the top 8, are all super close, right? For the most part. The way that they present themselves on social media is that they can all be homies, they can all chill. Like at Summit, it's all it literally Summit just looks like a bunch of homies chilling out.
No, that's
dogging each
true.
other
I
in
mean, they're all
games.
bros. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like,
So I would think ultimately, like, yes, money is important, but I think whatever spot he feels most comfortable with, MKLeo will go to. As far as FGC, you don't see as much. So like, I really have no clue where Sonic Fox is. I don't even know where his head's at right now.
okay, interesting.
But I mean, he's. I'm sure he was like, "Dang, that sucks that my team got dissolved." But at the end of the day, I'm still the best FGC player ever.
Yeah.
That's you know what? I'm gonna check something real quick on
All
his
right.
Twitter.
I mean, yeah, because it's like you think of like, oh, who's Mars sponsored by? Look up Mars.
Okay. What
Look up Mars real quick. Who's he?
Any.
NE.
Uh huh.
What is that?
Oh, he's.
No, he's Panda. Yeah, I was gonna say he's PG too, right? PG's got like all the best ones.
Okay.
Like PG's like they've got so many that it's like I don't even know if they have room for MKLeo. It's like they have like 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? And then who's Samsora sponsored by? Who's Samsora sponsored by?
Give me.
Okay, well give me a second. I got it. Samsora.
EU.
Good old EU. That's right. So
Yeah.
Samsora is on EU, and that's like, yeah, for sure. E United. So they're really good.
Sonic
But I
Fox's
mean,
Twitter hasn't even changed. He still says he signed to Echo Fox.
yeah, it's tough because it's like a lot of this stuff is like gone on behind the scenes, and obviously like the players themselves like probably aren't being like talked to about this stuff just because the organization has dissolved. There's no one to talk to them anymore, right? They don't have.
Can I talk to?
There's no
He
communication.
doesn't exist
Right. The
anymore.
last time that Echo Fox sent a tweet was like September 2nd. Right. That's it.
Yeah.
No
MKLeo
communication.
hasn't changed his thing either.
Right.
I'm just
MKLeo's
sad
still
that
on.
he changed his bio. His bio before was, "I am the best Dragon Ball player in the world, and I will mix your word that I'm not allowed to say right now."
Mix your stuff.
Yeah.
Mix your stuff. Yeah. No, and he's so unabashedly himself. Or sorry, they are so unabashedly themselves.
He just his pinned tweet now is his pronoun usage.
It's they them, right? They're non-binary.
You know what? Let me.
Yeah, I believe
to be
Sonic Fox is non-binary.
To be PC, I will answer that for you. Non-binary. Yes.
Yep, non-binary. They them, for sure. So those are their pronouns. So yeah, they are unabashedly themselves, and they definitely love to. Okay.
He's okay with his
Production manager, get out of here. Okay, I'm looking at something else.
He is okay with his close friends using he.
Oh, okay, close friends. Well, I'm not a close friend, so I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah. He says the FGC has to exclusively use they them.
Yeah. So. For sure.
Okay.
Out of
That's his
pure
stand
respect.
against FGC. Okay, cool.
Out of pure respect, I am obligated to do so. Anyway, but yeah, so Panda Global has a lot of like the good players. I don't know if they want to pick up
Yeah, why not?
Samsora,
They've already got the money, right?
They do, but they're giving out so much other money. They have a lot of like really good investors, and they have like a lot of good products and stuff. Like they were the ones who created the that little adapter, right? The adapter stand. Was that them?
I have no clue.
I believe so. I
I'm
believe
just-
it was.
I'm
I
just saying
believe it
to-
was Panda Global.
I'm saying to patronize you.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's to keep you going, dog.
Okay, cool. Hype
You
me
know,
up, man.
And if I'm bringing you that negative energy, you're not gonna rock with it. So
Just
I
hype
gotta,
me up.
Exactly.
Just hype
I'm
me
here
up.
for you, dog.
I hate you. Oh my god. So I want to see. So there's local organization that has become a little bit more widespread.
Okay.
Nevermore.
Nevermore.
Nevermore's been picking up a lot of people. Nevermore's really starting to invest themselves.
The hell is Nevermore?
Nevermore's who sponsors Rags. Nevermore sponsors Meister. Nevermore sponsors Dingus Joe.
So this
A lot of Game & Watch, because I mean because King
sounds
Flay,
super
who's like
local.
one of the CEO, I think the CEO, he's a Game & Watch main.
Nevermore sounds super local then.
It is relatively local, but like I said, they're picking up a lot of people, and they're still looking for more stuff. So they've really expanded a lot. They have their own Discord now. They've got
That's not what I was looking for.
they got lots of big plans, it seems, and they're still looking to pick people up in 2020 as well. So they're not done filling their roster. I don't know if they have any content creators though.
Hey man.
That would be nice.
Hey, man.
That'd be
Hey, man.
nice. I mean, like that's who I would love to be sponsored by Nevermore actually, because they're like the up and comers. It's like that's kind of cool.
Bro, I just want to play games. I just want to play games. I
I
want
just
to make.
want to talk about games.
I want to run my stream.
Yeah, I want to play games. Talk about stuff like that. Oh no. I really want to be sponsored by T-Door. T-Door. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't look at me like that. Don't give me that look.
I'm offended.
You're offended? Come
Oh.
on.
All right, we're
T-Door.
gonna have to wrap it up for today, guys.
All right. And that's it. And that's it. I'm Nerf. Okay, anyway. I'm T-Door Nerf. No. God, I can't even say that with a straight face. I love the guys. Like that's we all love.
I was about to say
We all
there's no animosity there. They're just they're
They're
definitely
memers.
they're obnoxious with
We
their
are all
T-door.
memers.
They're obnoxious with the T-door.
Biting is better than your freaking tri-staters.
Uh,
Those guys.
I don't know where we are. I know I play games.
Say that
Bruh.
again.
I am the simplest man you've ever met in your life.
Say it again. Say you play games one more time. Say one more time. I said one more time.
I play games.
That's right. Okay, cool.
And that is the last of the best of 5.
And that is it. Yeah, so lots of sponsorships stuff is changing right now. I have no idea where it's going to go, though. I'm very interested to see who picks up who. Keep an eye out for all that kind of stuff because literally, like, I mean, what can you say? Like, times are changing. We're getting into a new year coming up soon. As this season as well, like, it comes to an end, there's not really an off season for Ultimate.
True.
That's what they said. There's going to be like a soft off season.
That's why
I don't know how I
esports is
feel
better.
about that. I don't know how I feel about it.
A soft off season.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, I don't like it. I feel like the players need to have a break and they need to like, have
fair.
time to take off and be like, there needs to be an off season for the player health and like mentality and all that kind of stuff. It's really important. I agree with that point, but I also think that like, the off season is whenever the players, if they decide to collude, and I don't like using that word, but if they like to collaborate and decide like, okay, there's not any big tournaments that we're going to, we're just gonna skip out and we'll make our own off season.
Hear me out.
What's up?
So, using my past knowledge as a coach for a physical sport,
Yeah. No. Yeah.
physical or not, there's a study that shows that you train your hardest during the off season, right? So
Okay.
the point of it is you don't want to overtax yourself.
Mhm.
So you can get in those. I mean, it was for track, so you would make them train rigorously during the off season, because that way, if you're doing it during the main season, you're overtaxing their body. And like when you compete it was at the high school level or whatever the college level.
Sure.
You're doing it rather frequently, so you're competing week by week.
Right.
And when you do compete, you are pushing your body to your peak performance that you're capable of
Sure.
at that time.
Right.
And then you have a week to recover on top of the practice that you're already doing, which if you're not doing it the way that it suggests, you're still maxing them out throughout the week, which is going to have them exhausted. So I do think that the off season is best because that's when you can really, like, they're grinding now, right? But that's when you can really grind, like lose sleep over it. And it's okay. Because then you could, let's say you grind intensively Monday through Friday, and then you have Saturday and Sunday off, and then you don't have to worry about a tournament. So you don't have to worry about catching up on whatever sleep you may have lost, or like, oh man, I'm exhausted now. I have 3 days to get my stuff together. Like, no, you have like a good 2-3 months.
That's interesting. Yeah,
So,
I mean,
like-
you're right. And I would say, like, for physical sports like that, I would say it's definitely, obviously, it's more physical than mental.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, but there is still such a physical aspect of playing Ultimate as well. Like, oh, I was thinking TSM. That's the other sponsor I was thinking of, because I'm thinking of Leffen. So Leffen is someone who pushes his physical abilities a lot while he grinds. So he taxes himself a lot physically while he plays, right? Because of his hands and everything. Like he's had like his constant hand issues and stuff like that. He's got to watch out for. There's a couple other players that are like that as well.
I mean, he used to play Melee.
Yeah, and then on a game controller, it's not the best for your hands. It's really not. Like, I mean, it's just been
Get you
what
a pro
people have
controller.
been. Yeah, I mean, pro controller game coming in strong. Like, I mean, I'm a huge proponent of that for anyone who's even if you're a little bit more used to the GameCube controller. I feel like a pro controller, it just feels better. It's safer.
You get a whole extra button.
Exactly. You get a whole extra trigger. It's so much easier. Anyway,
It's wireless.
But that aside,
But still remember to disconnect the pro
right?
controller.
Desync them. But I mean, other than that, like, there's still so much physicality that you have to worry about with playing games like this. Just because you are going to be doing it for so long, especially if you travel. Travel is also really big on your physical health.
Exactly.
There's a couple players, like, I mean, even Frostbite. When Frostbite was doing his VA tour sort of thing, after it was all over, he's like, I really, really like pushed my physical body to the limit.
Exactly.
And it's like, I need to take a rest, because it's like, even traveling so much in the same state, like not just flying across the country, but in the same state, like it plays on you. It affects you so much.
Yeah, because there's definitely that mental stress, right?
Right. Obviously, that's without saying, right?
Yeah,
You have to.
Every set is a mental stress, and then you're doing that once a week. At most, you're probably doing it like once or twice a week.
Right.
If you put your body through that mental stress Monday through Friday,
right?
It's a lot of tension. I mean, you do get that, like, okay, it's over. But some people, that's really hard for
It's
them
not
to turn
right.
off.
So for some people, it's not over.
Yeah, it's really hard to turn off, and then you do that
Right.
Monday through Friday. So let's
Right.
say you have like a 2 or 3 day like cool down period. That's when you can finally relax.
Mm.
Well, if you're doing it Monday through Friday, you don't get that.
Right.
And then
And so sometimes you have 9 a.m. pools.
exactly, and then come
You
by
gotta
next
grind,
Monday.
You gotta wake up early, grind a little bit, practice, warm up,
Exactly.
that stuff, and you don't get to eat a whole lot. Sometimes a lot of venues don't have good food.
Got that trash.
Yeah, you get the trash, because it's like we're all a little bit
gamers.
struggling. Organizations don't have the big sponsorship money that like maybe League or Overwatch stuff has. So it's like they don't get catered like by the big nice places. It's like
Yeah.
you got to get like freaking Subway or
Some chicken fingers.
yeah. I mean, it's like,
$12 chicken fingers.
exactly. You go to you got Wendy's. Wendy's like covering your food. It's like could be better.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's interesting having an off season. I think it is important, and I think it's up to the players to decide. Like, I mean, obviously they have like the rules for the PGR, right? Like the I don't even know what you call them, PG Stats. What is it? I don't remember. Like the organization that runs that decides when the off season is, decides like when seasons end.
I mean, when are they thinking about it? When are they thinking about having this off season?
Over the Christmas break and early January and stuff like that. Like, I mean,
I'm with that.
because
I'm
you
with
don't
that.
have and that's the thing, you don't have a whole lot of big tournaments. I think the next one is going to be like Glitch 8. I believe Glitch 8 is going to be the next big one.
Okay, but like
I think so.
we have holidays. Like December's
We do have holidays, and that's
generally
a
heavily
natural
holiday.
time to have those off seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're still traveling a lot for family and stuff, so it's still
Yeah.
travel.
So you're still traveling, but it's not that like I'm not traveling for Smash, right?
Right.
So like there's still those
Less
times
stress.
where like I'm traveling, but when I get there, it's not like I'm like, all right, I've got to rush here, practice for this, to do this.
For sure.
I got off the plane and now I'm going to see my parents. Like there's not that stress unless you got that stress. With
Well, you
your
get a little
family.
bit jet lag sometimes, but that's it.
Yeah.
Flying does have its
It's nothing too strenuous.
right. You're right. Strenuous. It's not. Yeah, that's a good
Unless
way
your
to put it.
parents are like, when are you getting married?
That's its own kind of stress. That's it was like,
Exactly,
its
but
own
that's
kind
not
of
Smash stress.
It's like, I remember you. Remember me? I held you when you were a baby, and you're like, ugh,
Oh, man.
who are you?
Somebody came by to help fix my heating in my house, and my dad was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah came by. I'm like, okay. And he was like,
You don't remember?
you don't remember him? I legitimately looked at him. I was like,
Who?
Dad. I was
You're like Snoop Dogg. Who?
I looked at my dad and I was like, I'm 22 now, dog. Like, I do not remember this.
I don't remember
name.
things that happened 2 years ago. How am I supposed to remember what happened when I was 6?
Exactly.
What are you talking about, dude? Yeah.
Like, you remember when you were so tiny? No.
No.
I tried not.
I don't remember
to.
anything past the age of 15. What are you talking about, man?
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. So I believe that, like, an off season like that is important.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we'll
I'm
get
super for it.
more
I'm super for it.
confirmation on that kind of stuff. It's super important.
I'm also super for the fact that like mental health has become such a big thing that it is. So like now that that's not such a like taboo subject, like
right.
go ahead, get your mental health right, man.
It's true, and we've seen a lot of toxicity, coming out in the scene.
Yeah.
Not just
We got this
in our region, but also in other regions.
Yeah, we've got cancel culture.
Well, I don't like that term.
What other term is there to use?
I don't.
Not trying to at you. I just don't know.
No. I mean, that's the thing. You don't have to like give it a name like that. You don't have to like, because it's not just cancel culture, right? It's like there. So this is kind of a little bit off topic, but I remember like, do you know Jamila Jamil?
Bless you.
Good. Good response. So Jamila Jamil, I believe she's an actress or something like that. She's now kind of like she's sort of like a personality, right? She's more of an activist, I guess you could say now.
Okay.
She made a really good point, and I saw this video the other day. She said that cancel culture really isn't real because all the people we canceled come back, right? It's like they're still here. They're still doing their thing.
She didn't say that.
She did.
She watched Kanye.
I don't know if Kanye said it first, but all right.
Have you seen that video though?
I haven't seen the Kanye video. No.
Oh, Kanye was just referring to the fact that he's like, well, he went on a whole religious tangent. He was like, I'm only scared of God. But he did say that cancel culture isn't real for the fact of all these people canceled me. And yes, we have all canceled Kanye multiple times. But Kanye's still here.
Yeah, he is still there. And you can't cancel someone because he still has enough followers and fans who are diehards.
Yeah,
right?
And then eventually he's going to make one good song and you're like, oh, that's kind of good. And then you're like, Kanye, screw it.
Right.
It was like 5 years ago. It's fine.
Exactly. But it's like, yeah, in terms of like a larger picture, like, yeah, I mean, I think that like the people who get like quote unquote canceled, right, is like, they still get deals, right? They still get something, right? It's like you can't really cancel someone. It's not a thing, right? That's not how it works.
6ix9ine.
Well, that guy got canceled because he got put in jail.
No, he didn't. You didn't see?
What?
So he was offered a signing deal for the moment that he gets out.
Oh.
Someone's already willing to sign him. Like,
See?
That man is so dumb.
It's like no matter how many times, no matter how
protection.
many people fight against a singular person, there will always be someone who's like, how can I profit off of this?
Exactly.
Right? And that's the thing. So it's like
that's the culture we live in.
Right. And it's not a cancel culture. so
I didn't say cancel culture.
I know. I'm just making a joke. But it's like, I don't really like cancel culture like as a term. I think it's a little bit overblown. I think we've kind of like cemented ourselves in two camps, right? We're so that's just how we are. We've diametrically opposed ourselves. Sure. And now it's just like there's so much middle ground, right? It's like it's not just like black and white. It's like there's so much gray area.
50 shades of gray.
Yeah, it's like there's so much like it's all context based. It's so important to like remember the context that happens behind it. It's like you got to take it on a case by case basis. Like that's all it is. But I mean, yeah, we have seen so much toxicity coming out, and it's always like important for people to remember this. Like what you say has consequences, right? It's like those consequences might get you quote unquote canceled, but it's like it's never over. It's always a chance to like learn and get better. Right? It's like you need to improve. Like it's a wake up call that you need to improve your behavior and be like, oh, okay, look deep within yourself, do some introspection, and be like what is the cause of all this? Why am I lashing out at people? Like all that kind of stuff. Like it's so important because remember, in a scene like this where we're all like a lot of us are so used to being like bullied and preyed upon and stuff like that. It's important to remember that we're all just people. We are all just trying to find a scene, a community where we can feel at home, feel connected with one another, and trying to improve ourselves in our play and ourselves in our personalities. And that's
and then it's hard. So like someone came into my stream the other day, and he followed me and all this stuff because he liked my attitude. And I was like, okay, I get that. Like one, you caught me on a good day, but like,
Okay.
I don't have necessarily a bad attitude, but I try and like have the most optimistic attitude I have.
Try to keep
But-
your salt levels low.
Yeah, but at the same time, like it's hard. You can't come into a tournament, go 0-2 in a tournament, and just be like, yeah, better
Yeah.
luck next week.
Yeah,
like,
I believe it.
Yeah,
I feel that.
it's hard sometimes, and like it happens. So sometimes you just need that break.
Yeah.
Like you need to reflect on it and be like, all right, look, at the end of the day, are you still trying and are you still improving?
Right.
And like, yes, you don't want to throw yourself a bone every time you just try something. But if you're still working towards something and improving, you've got to still understand at the end of the day, you're gonna have your off days.
Right.
Like you're
Sure.
even the best athletes aren't breaking world records every time they compete.
Right.
So
You just take it as you go, and it's like every game is different. You know,
Take
It's
everything with a
once you
grain of
finish the
salt.
game, there's always the next game. That's it.
exactly.
And it's like it doesn't matter how well you played in the last one. If you lost, you lost. If you can always improve yourself and try to do better the next time. And sometimes, maybe next time, the other person will make their mistakes, and you can profit off of those.
Exactly.
It's like that's the way it works. It's like you always have to play your best, and if you lose, it's not that you're bad. It's just that you didn't have the ability to capitalize off of the mistakes of the other player. And that's what it really comes down to.
Yes. So guys, we're wrapping things up, but
Yeah. Talked about a lot today, actually.
Remember, mental health. If you get salty, that's fine, but just don't stay salty. Be salty. It's okay to
And
be in a
move
bad
on.
mood.
It's okay to move on. It's
Yeah.
okay to lose. It's okay to be angry, but it's
Don't
never
lash
okay
out.
to like lash out at people, right? It's never okay to like take that out and project your own negative energy on someone else.
Okay.
It's like that's where you cross the line.
And then I do want to say next time we will get now after these patch notes have had more time to sit out and marinate. I do want to talk about them next time.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
didn't have
still-
enough time to talk about it.
Still a little fresh, but I'm
And
sure
Terry's
we'll see
out.
some.
We'll see more of Terry.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see.
like
We'll
Terry.
see more people doing some stuff. So next time we will talk on those patch notes.
For
But
sure. Remember, I'm Nerf,
I'm King Fuyoshi.
and this was the best of 5.